Hello, how are you? Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whichever it happens to be when you're watching this. I do hope all is well with you. Thank you for watching in advance. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. That's me, Fremont Lee. Hi, how are you? My shirt today says, I can't take it anymore. And it has seen better days. But haven't we all? I need to get rid of this shirt. I wear it underneath my work shirt, so yes. Excuse me. That's the way it is. uh, it is made by Attitude Dude, the little thing. There is a copyright date on it. It has faded with most of the print. This is January 20th, 2021. I do hope all is well with you, as I've said before. Today's birthdays, top 100 out of 1,275. Tom Baker, who was Doctor Who, 1974 to 1984. Buzz Aldrin. Paul Stanley of Kiss. Yeah. Writer David Lynch. Director, producer. Did a lot of movies. He's doing a lot of stuff, I guess. Rainn Wilson. Omar Sy. S.Y. Omar Sy. Skeet Ulrich. Stacey Dash. Kerry Kenny, who was on the TV show Reno 911. James Denton, who was on Desperate Housewives, I believe. Questlove, who I believe is the drummer on one of the late night shows. Reno Wilson. Bill Maher. I liked him in the TV movie he did with Adam Ant and Rebecca Schaeffer, the late Rebecca Schaeffer from My Sister Sam TV series. He plays like the great grandfather to a guy who goes back in time. I have it on VHS tape somewhere. Margaret Avery. She was in The Color Purple. Daniel Benzali. Dave Fennoy. Aaron Wasson, who was in the WASSON. She is from Texas. And she was in the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter 2012. Ken Page, who was in the movie Dreamgirls 2006. He has done other things. It's just that's the one that I recognized. And Melissa Rivers. Oh, did I say Lorenzo Lamas? I missed Lorenzo Lamas, I think. I'm sorry, sir. This is, as I said, out of the top 100, or this is the top 100 of, out of the top 100, because I don't have the full 100, of 1,275, to the late Federico Fellini, Patricia Neal, who was in HUD 1963, and Cookie's Fortune 1999. She's done other things, but those were two that I recognized. DeForest Kelley, who was Bones on the TV show Star Trek. Wyatt Knight, who played Tommy in Porky's, and I believe Porky's 2 the next day. But Porky's was 1981. Keith Knight, No relation to Wyatt Knight, as far as I know. Keith Knight played Fink in Meatballs, 1979. George Burns. Yeah. I was going to do an impression. I screwed it up. So skip it. Artie Johnson, who was on Laugh-In. He'd done other things, but, you know. Leon Ames, the one credit I know him from was Peggy Sue Got Married. I believe he played Peggy Sue's father. Would have been acting had he played her mother. Um, but Leon Ames played her grandfather, uncle, something. Uh, Kathleen Turner, Nicolas Cage. Peter Donat, Donat. I might have mispronounced that. I apologize. Chuck Hayward, he did a lot of westerns, stunts as well. He did stunts in the movie The Blues Brothers. That was it. I had a good night last night. Started in aisle 7, working that. Nobody told me where to go. That's just what I did. I went to 7, started working that. Had 2 skids and an L cart. Worked those. Worked the L cart first, then worked the 1 skid. Worked the 2nd skid. Went to aisle 8. Had 2 skids and an L cart. I worked the L cart. Took everything off of took almost everything off of 1 skid. It was like you figure the skid, and then the top portion had stuff for aisle 8. The bottom portion was stuff for aisle 6. I was not told to do 6, so I didn't. I just stuck that pallet of Gatorade into aisle 6. I figure if they wanted me to do aisle 6, they would have said, "Hey, can you do aisle 6?" I could either do 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. I can't do all 3. I probably could have, but I just wasn't really feeling it. I'm never really feeling it. It just Amy, Nancy, Marty. I don't know if there was anyone else, but Marty came over to help condition. That's just face it up. Like anything's pushed back, he brings it. You bring it forward to make it look like the shelf is full. Amy and Nancy came over and started working stuff that I had spotted from the skids, and because I'll spot stuff, I'll work some, I'll spot some. It's like a little touch and go with everything. Just kind of like, all right, I'll just spot these because I figure the water boxes, 6 gallons or 6 3-gallon whatever in a box. So I did that. I did the water. 12 packs, 6 packs of water. I did that. Made sure I spotted everything. I was like, all right, good enough, good enough, good enough. I kept the L cart out just in case something didn't go. I had a big box of something. It was like that didn't go, so that went onto the L cart. There was some other stuff. I don't know. I don't want to go back anymore. I really don't want to go to work there anymore. I'm tired. But I know, learn to take a break, not to quit. or something like that. Just sometimes I feel like I can't take it anymore, and I just don't want to go back there. I mean, I'm 50. That has nothing to do with it, but you figure back when I was working at Arby's, which was a while back, in my new book, or in Anywhere But Here, the book I've written, my third book, I'm the character of Duncan is working at Arby's, and it's like, yeah, he just can't. He's, that was a part of me that got into the character. Because yeah, he was. I worked at Arby's. He was working at Arby's, and I'm not an artist. I can't draw for shit. I mean, I like to think I can, but no, it's not that good. In the follow up to Anywhere But Here that I am still working on typing up, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. He goes back to Arby's, not to work, but he's gone away for a while to do something else, something somewhere else, something he enjoys. Word gets to him that something has happened to where he has to go back for reasons I'm not going to go into. So he goes back, and one of the ladies that he worked with before is still working there, or working there again, I should say. And for whatever something happens to where she needs to go to the hospital. Nothing serious. Nothing. It wasn't serious as far as anything, but they ask him, the manager and her, or the manager asks, "Listen, I have to take her because I don't, because he cares. The manager cares. Uh, again, I don't want to give too much of it away, but he Duncan ends up, yeah, okay. Anything I need to know?" So yeah, he ends up going. It's like 5 years away, and he's come back, and it's like he doesn't want to be there, but because the person he knows or knew from a while back uh, needed to go to the hospital, he would be working so she could go to the hospital, because he's a nice guy, and that's so he said, yeah, okay. So it's like, I am way past that in the book. I am to the point where he has finished what he's doing, and he is going back to meet up with his friends, or whatever you want to call it, back to what he was doing. If you've read the first book, Anywhere But Here, he went off to go somewhere. Excuse me. And you know where. If you haven't read it, That's okay. I am working on the follow up. uh, but he is currently waiting on the arrival of the other people at the thing he's at. So I am approaching the end of it's like here's the beginning. I am right about here in the story, so it's like I don't have much left to type. It's just taken me a while because I am refiguring the story outline. It's like because I skipped some stuff, I'm like, I don't need this. I may end up going back through and re-editing it, so that's going to take a little while. Um, like Fargo, if you've ever seen the movie Fargo, Frances McDormand as the sheriff goes to meet somebody she went to school with, high school or college or whatever it was, and he's kind of hitting on her to the point where it's like, oh yeah, like he's going to try and get some. Um, so he sits next to her and he's like, oh no, I'd rather you sit over there, please. And he's like, well, this way I get the crink in my neck. If you sit over there, I can see you. And he's like, oh, right, okay. And I mean, she's pregnant in the movie. If you've ever seen it, if you haven't seen it, whatever. This whole thing that scene has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. It's just, but there's like something that happens, and it's like, okay. So you figure the story I'm writing, the follow up to Anywhere But Here, uh, there might be a couple of scenes like that. It has nothing to do with anything, but it shows like the back and forth between people and or a person or something to where it's like, yeah, okay. I'm excited for it. I mean, I haven't sold any books in almost a month or over a month. Um, excuse me. I believe the last books or the last sale in which I have is the sale in which I purchased author copies. I sent one to somebody who does video stuff on YouTube, reaction videos. I sent one to an actress that I am friends with on Facebook. Actually, two actresses I am friends with on Facebook. I've heard back from two of them that they received it because the one person that does reactions sent like a card back saying, thank you for this. It was just like letting me know that they received it or that that it was received and it's appreciated. Thank you, whatever. He hasn't done a review on it. So it's like, you figure he could. I even said you could talk about it on your reaction thing. I mean, it would be something different, but I'd hate for it to be work. You figure he plays a video, he reacts to it. It's like nothing, it's like that's what they do. I mean, some people are like, and I'm like, I don't I don't know. Some people that do the reactions seem forced. Like, oh, that's really good. I really like that. That's good. Yeah. It's like just seems forced. I don't know. Yeah, this has definitely seen better days. But then again, haven't we all? Seen worse days too. But hey, come say, come sa, right? Or whatever the thing is. It is 8:01 on this January 20th morning of 2021. I am Fremont Lee. This will be it for the day. Thank you. Hope you're having a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening. Whenever you happen to be watching this, I hope all is well with you. Stay warm, stay hydrated, make sure you get something to eat, unless, of course, you're going in for surgery and you're not supposed to have anything to eat, in which case, don't eat. Uh, like if you have that thing in which they put the tube in the camera up the back end of you to get a look at your stuff, don't eat. Don't drink anything. Keep it's I believe it's water, clear Kool-Aid, clear Jello, uh, maybe 7 Up is fine. I can't remember, but yeah, I do think. Sorry, I cracked myself up on that. I do thank you for watching. I do hope you have a good day. Please be kind to each other. I know there are times you don't want to be kind to somebody. They're being an asshole. Reminds me of an episode of My Name is Earl. Earl, played by Jason Lee, uh, works at a fast food place for somebody who who was promised a vacation, but he's not getting it. Jon Favreau plays the manager, who's kind of an a-hole, who's stealing money from the register, and seeing somebody else on the side, not counting his wife. Um, in the episode, on the show, Earl has a problem with bosses. Every time he's had a boss or something, he'd punch them, so he'd lose his job. And he really wanted to punch this guy, but he was working there for a friend, kind of like, or not necessarily a friend, but somebody he needs to, whatever, because he needed time off. Anyway, in the episode, he can't take it anymore, and he punches the guy, punches the manager, who is then found out by both his girlfriend and wife, who are two different people, um, that he is seeing someone else or is married. It's found out by the restaurant company, whatever, that he has been stealing from the register. So it all comes back to him being a bad guy. So it's like, okay, Earl's brother, played by Ethan Suplee, who played Willem in Mallrats, looking at the painting. It's supposed to be a sailboat, but he can't see it. It's like, because it's those shape things in that whatever, and he just doesn't see it. Anyway, Ethan Suplee plays the brother on Randy, uh, Earl's brother on the show. To which he points out, well, does Karma have hands? To which Earl is like, I don't believe so. So Karma was working through you because you have hands and you could hit. So I was like, huh, I suppose you're right, Randy. The shit I remember. I haven't watched that show in a long time. You figure when it was first on is when I watched it. So I do hope you have a good day. I know there are times being an asshole is the right thing to do. But then again, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Everyone's circumstances are different, but I do hope all is well with you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.